Hello, David from Guitarist here. Today we're looking at a couple of Martins, the first of which is the SC-10E, made in Mexico and of the same lineage of the SC-13E that came out a couple of years ago. And as you can probably see, just about everything on this has been redesigned or tweaked in some way. To be honest, reading the review in the magazine is going to reveal everything that's different about this guitar, because if I listed everything we'd be here all day. But I'll cover the major points. For a start, the usual stuff. We've got a spruce top. Martin don't actually say what type of spruce it is, but it looks like it probably is Sitka to me. We have on the back and sides, we have Koa, but it's a laminate, so this is just a thin veneer of wood laid over other wood to make it look pretty, basically. We'll come on to the radical neck joint in a moment. The neck is, they say hardwood, but to me that looks like mahogany. And it has a Fishman, specially voiced Fishman pickup, MXT pickup, which is designed particularly for this guitar. And it has a very handy tuner in the sound hole, which we will show you a close-up of. Ebony fretboard, and again, as you can see, there is a trend in the guitar making world to now abandon the idea that ebony has to be absolutely matte black, and so this has streaks of brown in it, but it's all to conserve timber. We don't want to throw away good timber just because we need black fretboards. Every part of wood on both of these guitars is FSC approved, so it's all properly farmed, legally felled, and all the rest of it. Now let's get on to the radical bits, and where do we start? To begin with, as you can see, there's a offset body, which is pretty different for Martin. It's sort of reminiscent of the sort of Fender Jaguar Jazzmaster type of thing. So offset body, very, very deep cutaway. But the talking point really has got to be the neck join, because this is incredibly new. As I said, we first met it a couple of years ago when the 13E was launched at NUMM, but we're seeing it again here today. And you've got what Martin referred to as a linear dovetail neck joint, which means that it is effectively a bolt-on. And it's a fairly complex piece of engineering. The neck actually slides in here, and adjustment is made through the sound hole, and it means that an engineer can get at all the bits they need easily without things like, having to take the neck off to reset it like you would do on a standard Martin, for instance. Again, we'll show you a close-up of that. You've got this very, very deep cutaway, which is great, obviously, for getting up to the top frets. There's all sorts of adjustment available on the neck. And talking of the neck, it feels a bit odd in the hand when you first pick it up until you understand that it operates on a slight taper. So not like the standard Martin taper. This is a little bit different, and I don't know whether it's possible to see that by the grain of the mahogany here, it seems to go slightly diagonal, and that's because the actual oval of the back of the neck changes as you move up the fretboard. So Martin say it's so that the guitar neck feels like it disappears in the hand. And I've been playing it for the last 20 minutes, half an hour or so, and I see what they mean. It does feel incredibly comfortable. It's quite slim, but it's incredibly comfortable at the same time, and access to the uppermost frets. If you feel like a little bit of acoustic shredding, there's nothing to get in your way. Now, coming back to the adornments, we have what they call the celestial bullseye on the 12th fret, which brings us round to looking at the body join, which is actually, it's not even precisely at the 13th fret, it's just a tiny little bit above the 13th fret here. But this means that Martin can put the bridge at a wider point of the guitar's body, which is better for sound transfer, better for tone and all the rest of it. And it really does ring out nicely. The sound of this is actually quite surprising. You look at it and you don't know what it's going to sound like, and then you pick it up and play it and think, well, actually, that sounds really, really nice. It's very, very balanced. There's a nice amount of bass, nice amount of mid-range, nice amount of treble. Trebles are nice and sparkly. It's going to cut through in a band mix. And what else can I tell you? I think it's probably time we perhaps heard some more sound examples. Moving on now to the Shawn Mendes OOO Jr. from Martin. As you can see, it's a sort of OOO shape, but it looks like it shrank in the wash a little bit. And Shawn Mendes, obviously a Canadian award-winning singer-songwriter, had loads of stuff out there, Billboard, top of the charts, all that sort of stuff. And his signature is emblazoned on the 3rd fret of this guitar. So, what can I tell you about this? Again, it's part of Martin's Rhodes series, and so it is aimed strictly at live performance. but it actually sounds really nice acoustically. It's got a Fishman sonotone pickup in there for stage use and everything, with the controls nicely hidden away in the sound hole. What can I tell you about the construction? Again, we've got a spruce top. Martin, not specific about which type, but again, looks like Sitka to me. I could be wrong, looks like Sitka. The neck is Sipo, Sipo mahogany, same sort of grain texture, very, very similar. Sealed back Martin branded tuners. We've got a solid Sapelli back and sides on this with a satin finish, sort of open pore feel, very, 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 very nice feel in the hands. You've also got all FSC certified woods once again, so everything properly managed and all the rest of it. Apparently this is a thing that Shawn Mendes himself insisted on, that the guitar was made from properly sourced timbers, and good on him. Other signs that we have a signature model in our hands are the bird inlays here, or rather I should say they're sort of etchings, they're laser etched into the bridge, and you have Shawn's signature on the label in the sound hole. Nothing, unlike the one we've just looked at, there's nothing which is actually kind of groundbreaking here in particular. No new features or anything like that. It's just a rock solid, get on with the business in hand type of mini guitar, which we're seeing is rising in popularity. I think possibly thanks to Ed Sheeran, who uses a little mini Loudon on stage, or is it his own Sheeran labelled Loudon. This is very much along similar lines. It's got a great little acoustic punch, as I said, and through a PA system you're going to get full fat acoustic sounds. So the other mysterious thing is that somewhere inside the body, allegedly, there are some lyrics to one of Shawn's songs. We can't find them. We've been inside the sound hole this morning with a torch and we can't see them, but allegedly they're in there. So let's hear what it sounds like.